Hey everybody, welcome to Jaws Breakers, the scary funny shark movie show where we watch scarily bad shark movies with you, our communities, and then we do a podcast about it.
And we
Uh,
talk about
I said that. My name is Brett, and you heard
this is Jasmine, aka Meteor Doll.
Meteor Doll, and I'm Breaker from Breaker
He
Streams.
breaks
But
a lot of things.
you might know me as Brett from Pokemon After Dark Rye, or probably not Let's Die the podcast, and Jasmine from also those places. Jasmine, you're my sister Blister, as we all know. How long are we gonna? Do you think we're gonna have to do introductions before we can just jump right into like a show?
I mean, I don't know how many viewers slash listeners have we gotten so far.
That's confidential information. But I'm gonna say like I guess we should treat every show as if it's somebody's first. So I guess it's not terrible. So we watch quote unquote bad shark movies, shark B movies specifically. There's a million other horror podcasts out there. We like to differentiate ourselves in that we specialize in shark slash underwater undersea movies, and we watch them. We stream them on Twitch. Have a conversation with people that watch it with us, and then we record a podcast that comes out the following week about that movie. And the movie we watched this past week was Ice Sharks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure was. It's a movie that was directed by Emil Edwin Smith. It came out in 2016. Mr. Smith also came out with the movie Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark, as well as Sharknado 4. Um, I'm sure we'll get to those movies later on, but he also directed these movies.
They're
So
on the list.
they're on the list,
I
guys.
guarantee you, if you sent me a shark movie, which shout out to Nanook. Nanook sent me a couple shark movies.
Oh, did he?
Uh,
Thank you.
he he did. I think one of them was not. All of them were on the list except for a couple that weren't shark or underwater movies, and one of them was so ridiculous that like I kind of want to watch it. I don't
We
know. I
still
don't know
need
if it.
to watch Nazi zombies.
Uh, Nazi zombies has nothing to do with sharks.
I know, but it's one of the best bad movies I've ever watched.
Then we need to have this discussion off camera because we could just devolve into like what makes this a shark movie show if we're watching movies that don't have anything to do with sharks. Like we can stream them, but I mean I don't know if we're gonna make a podcast about them.
Or we could just watch it together.
Whatever, yeah, that works too. Um, but yeah, the one he sent me was I think called Killer Couch or Couch Killer, and it was literally about a couch that I guess eats people. Looks
Huh.
pretty bad, but
Sounds bad.
yeah. So thanks, Nanook, for showing up to watch the movie with us. We're getting better, honestly. I feel like learning Streamlabs and Twitch as a whole, and our fixing our own stupid audio and all that stuff. I feel like this past Saturday went a lot better on the technical aspect of it. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's gotten better. I'm sure we can progress and make it even better. But for now, I think we're doing a-okay for people who've only been streaming for what, like a month?
Yeah. Has it only been a month? It feels like a lifetime.
Feels like a lifetime. It really does. But
Speaking of which, didn't you just recently hit a milestone?
I did hit. I have 51 followers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So thank you everybody who followed. I still need to get my views up though. So just gotta do that. And then I'll be affiliate. Don't know if
Hip
I'm going
hip
to go
hooray.
affiliate right away. But
Um, I'll tell you right now, like as an affiliate myself, there's nothing to it. I mean, you just put in your information. Uh-oh, did we lose you? Jasmine. Oh boy. Well, we lost Jasmine. Her face that she's making is hilarious. Um, while we wait for her, I guess I'll talk a little bit about the movie. So, Ice Sharks was one that I picked. Hey, I lost internet.
yeah, I froze. I don't know. We're gonna have to restart, yeah?
I don't know. Let me. Is it still
Also,
recording?
what
Oh
about
no!
our?
Hey, it says it's recording. I guess roll with it. Hey, welcome back. I lost internet and dropped the whole call, so I guess we'll see what this sounds like. I don't know if it recorded on because I'm the one that lost internet. I don't know if it recorded on my end or your end because on my end it was still recording and I was still talking and you were just making a very funny face and just frozen. No, it was a face that you won't like.
You were like frozen too. I mean,
I'm sure, but I don't know which side of the recording it's going to get.
well, I'm not recording, so it has to be whatever you were seeing.
That's true. You're a horrible slacker. I forgot. But yeah, I was explaining.
See my wonderful frozen face. How nice is it?
I was explaining the reason why I picked Ice Shark for this week's movie, and it's because obviously it's January and it's cold outside, and I'm like, what's cold? Oh, I looked for something like snow or obviously ice or avalanche, and I came across Ice Sharks. Apparently, there is an Avalanche Sharks movie, which I found later, so that's on the list as well. But
our $1 million list.
I don't know if it's worth $1 million. I wonder if we added up. It's got to be over $1 million, right? The combined budgets of all the movies on the list that I have.
Yeah,
It's got to be. No, it's got to be because there's like 100 movies on that list almost. It seems.
But I don't know exactly when you lost me. I know that we were talking about the director. I was about to bring up the ratings because you know your girl likes to bring up the ratings. Do you want to hear the ratings?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. And I always say this wrong, so bear with me. IMDb gave it 3 out of 10. And Rotten Tomatoes, it got 23%. And then random percentage here. Google, people gave it a 54% thumbs up.
Why?
I don't know.
That seems too high.
That's very high compared to the other ratings. So, Google, what you doing, man?
What's anybody doing? So yeah, Ice Sharks is about it's about a group of scientists was it the Arctic or the Antarctic? Did they ever say Arctic? Okay, so they're.
But I don't remember where. I don't know where the movie actually took place.
So that it's first of all, it's like a very small research facility. Not to say that research facilities are going to be like huge in real life anyway.
2-room research. But
it felt like there were 20 characters sharing. Like they had, first of all, they had no bunks. If you've noticed, they were in that facility, right? Mm-hmm. And it was just like a lab that also had a area so that they could do carve into the eye, like they could put drones. Thing. Yeah, they could put drones into the water. Like spoiler alert, I used to work in Alaska and we had like little outbuildings that were on top of lakes. And inside of them, you basically ran like a heating element that kept the water melted around like a pump or something year round. That way you could take the water up and drink it and stuff after filtering. So like that made sense to me. What didn't make sense is like they didn't seem to have bunks anywhere unless it was wasn't depicted.
No,
but
it was
very small 2-room facility. And there was a lot of scientists, and of course they're young and hot.
There was a total of 8 scientists.
Yeah. Are you including the one from the very beginning, the one that got killed at the very beginning?
The one they went looking for?
Is that what it was? I'm not
talking. No, I don't think they were looking for anyone. I think they didn't say if those were actually humans or not, but
they did because they found like a fingernail and they said it was human. So like apparently they don't. So first of all, here's the thing with that. They found this stuff and I think they initially thought it was like a seal or something, but then they found that it was human remains. Did they think that it was just a random human was wandering the wastes of the Arctic?
Maybe, but they found a fossilized shark tooth because that makes sense.
That makes total sense.
That's the only way you're going to know that it's a shark.
So the movie jumps right into it, and they're attacked immediately by the ice sharks.
The mutated Greenland shark.
Yeah, they're supposed to be Greenland sharks, but I will mention Greenland sharks are huge, and they're not like.
It didn't look like a Greenland shark at all.
They're also like not voracious. Like they explained that these were like a species of Greenland shark that was prehistoric in nature, that was cut off from the rest of the ocean by ice, and they accidentally like tapped into it, and they're just super adapted to who knows what they're eating out there, but there's a whole bunch of them.
But
they can literally carve. Oh, we'll get to that, but go ahead, Jazz.
Yeah, but we start off the movie with the two main characters, Tracy and David. Which at the beginning of the movie they actually don't tell you that they're married, so it gets really creepy.
You got to figure it out through context clues later.
Yeah, at one point he goes up to her and he like smells her neck, like
that was. No, he puts his lips like he's gonna go kiss her on the neck, but she's like the same height as him, if not a few inches taller. So when she turns around, he leans in for the kiss. He kind of whiffs and just kind of goes like on like the like right.
It's really weird.
Right in here.
Yeah, it's really awkward.
I mean, it doesn't seem that big of a deal to me, like in a real life scenario. Like she wasn't expecting it. It was definitely a thing that he improv'd or whatever. But in terms of the movie, it just seems so out of place and noticeable and distracting. And I can't help but feel bad for that lady actor, because I bet she was like, man, that was fucking weird. This guy's way too into it.
Because, and that earring, I can't.
You know what? Like, and I think maybe that's the vibe I got from them. Like, they're supposed to be a husband and wife that really cares about each other throughout the movie, but I couldn't help but feel like they were just quote unquote good friends, because they didn't seem like did they even kiss? I don't.
No.
Yeah, no.
It literally was two. You could tell it was two actors who did not care, who just did not care. They did not want to portray husband and wife.
I think he absolutely did, because he went in for the neck kiss and fucking whiffed. I think she was like very like, I'm not into this. Yeah, like I'm really not into this guy.
And actually, I think that the main lady, Tracy, which is Jenna Shoemaker, she actually looks really familiar to me. I don't know if she looks familiar to you, but she looked actually like someone I would notice.
Tall, beautiful, statuesque, blonde actress. I mean, I don't know.
True, but in the movie, you've got Tracy, which I already said was Jenna Shoemaker. You've got David, the husband, which was Edward DeRuyter. You've got Michael, which is the blonde guy that you thought was going to die first. His name was Kauai Lehman.
Oh, the bearded man.
And then you got Alex, which is the strong black lady named her name's Clarissa Tabeau.
I thought he was gonna say Claudette, like from Dead by Daylight.
No, and then you have Sammy, which is Michael's brother. He ends up, well, in the beginning of the movie,
Are they brothers, really?
Yeah, they were. They're not real life brothers, but they were brothers in the movie.
No, I know what you meant. I just don't remember that at all.
He was like, my brother, can we reach my brother on the radio? And this guy, and you said you lived in Alaska, and you said
Briefly.
that whole thing was pointless. That tiny little station he went to go check to see if it was.
Oh, yeah, it looked like some kind of relay station for a signal, perhaps, like a radio signal booster, or
I have no idea.
Or
something.
Maybe even it was not a game trail camera, but I mean, like we had there's like little camera things out and about to like capture wildlife occasionally or something like that. But yeah, I don't know what that was. It made no sense. What the part that really made no sense to me.
Needed. He wasn't even needed. That scene wasn't even needed in that whole movie.
Okay, well, regardless, he drove the snowmobile out there, and he parked it approximately 30, 40 yards away from it, and then walked the rest of the way to it. Understandable if the terrain's bad enough to where like the snowmobile couldn't get up to it. It's literally just flat ground. And he just walked right up to it after 30 or 40 feet, and that was his that spelled his doom, because when the sharks came, he ran for the snowmobile. It was way too far away. He couldn't make it.
Yeah, and he lost it. So, but the thing is, I didn't think he was dead. The movie showed him getting his leg bit off, and then he did a tourniquet on his leg.
It makes a big hullabaloo of him tourniqueting his leg like he's gonna survive.
Yeah, and then he just passes out, and then it cuts back to all the researchers
and
in
we
the building.
Never saw him again.
And you never saw him again, so it was like did he really die? Because it seemed
Yeah,
like
I thought he was gonna show up like at the end of the movie with a shotgun and be like, "Stay away
yeah.
from my family."
So that's what I was like. Was that scene and that character really necessary?
I
Because
wonder.
they weren't even trying to find him after a specific
I
point. Like,
wonder
they weren't
if
even
like
towards
maybe he does show up like at the end of the credits because we did not watch all the way through the end of the credits.
That's possible. But then you
Ugh.
had Val, which is the Asian lady. Her name's Mia Danielle. And then you have Eddie, which was the who is Shamar Philippe. Yep. He's the guy that dies right after Sammy. Um, Stubbornly so, because as soon as you get back from the scene with Sammy, you see, oh, they're like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, we're getting attacked by sharks, we're getting swarmed by sharks. And these sharks must have some very sharp fins because they just cut through that ice like butter.
Yeah, like it's nothing.
And then all of a sudden, the research, and like you see the sharks trying to like surround the research facility for some reason. And this guy is trying to drag the research facility to safety with a ski mobile. Do you remember?
Yes.
And he's just vroom, vroom, vroom. And everyone's like, Eddie, Eddie, Eddie out the window. And he's like he's just ignoring everybody, trying to like literally move this. I don't even know how much this research facility weighed. Like this whole thing with just one single snowmobile. Also, they're scientists. How the hell do you think that you can literally carry a research facility with one single snowmobile? Like, how is that? That doesn't make any sense. What's the math on that?
I don't know.
Seriously, they were supposed to be
I
researchers and scientists, and they were
say,
not smart.
I will say, yeah, I
Some
will
things
say
do not make sense.
that with these movies, you have to dispense a certain amount of disbelief, but this one just didn't do it for me. This was for sure, this was my least favorite of the movies we've watched so far.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, this movie didn't have anything funny to it. It wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah, it didn't take
It's
it.
supposed to be just a horror movie.
I feel like that's the magic the magic word, right? Or not the word, like the magical recipe, like the perfect balance of campy slaughter with campy comedy.
But there was no comedy.
It's a walk that I think House Shark walks perfectly.
Mhm.
I wish I could take this movie's budget and give it to House Shark because this movie clearly had a lot more.
I mean,
budget.
the sharks looked pretty real.
No, I mean they looked fine.
The sharks that we've seen.
I could tell these sharks were more realistic than Santa Jaws or definitely House Shark, which was just a man in a suit.
These were the best sharks we've seen. But basically, guys, the whole movie is for some reason these sharks just want to kill these researchers. Everybody else is basically
they're hungry, damn it.
And you go through the movie, and somehow these researchers' facility actually goes underwater, right? And I don't know if you remember, like they have to start boarding up everything. And remember, guys, they're supposed to be scientists, and they're in a life crisis, and they've had all this training. They go underwater, and one of the windows starts leaking.
Yeah, that whole research facility, the fact that it was able to even be underwater in the first place was just unbelievable. Like the glass didn't crack or anything. They had one pipe bust, and then we had to watch.
They had a window bust, and what did they do to fix that window?
No.
The trims of that window, they got out their welding kit.
That was after. That was after, because the first thing that busted was a pipe, and we had to watch a painful sequence of them get out like some rubber. Yeah, no, they got out like a rubber sleeve, and they got a garden hose clamp, and they didn't do like a jump cut, like where they got the tools out and then they pan over to another character and then pan back and it's fixed. We had to sit here and watch these actors fumble with a screwdriver and a garden hose clamp and a rubber sleeve to get this leak under control. And it lasted way too long. It's very strange. I don't know, man. I hate to be mean, but like the direction in this movie was not good. I don't know who was running the show
It's Emil Edwin Smith.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like I don't know who is pulling the strings. Like what's the one thing to blame? Is it just the directing of the actors? Is it the actors? Is it the script itself? That's where I think ultimately the script lands in like uninteresting territory in general.
Well, the thing is, I think that the director, seeing as how I know what other movies he's done Sharknado 4 and the Mega Shark versus
I
Mega
haven't
Shark.
seen those.
I know, but I've seen some clips from the Sharknado movies, and I'm thinking that these are more on the comedic side of bad movies. So I think that after this movie, he probably changed the way he directed, to be honest, because this movie had no fun. But they even had a scene, like I was saying, that they started welding where like Brett was saying, well, they need to worry about oxygen because they're underwater, they don't have any way to circulate air. But then they start welding, and you said that welding takes oxygen, right?
It absolutely does. It's not a good thing to do in an enclosed space the way they did it for sure. No.
So it's like there's these scientists, they should know these things. They've had survival training, diving training. Yeah, only one person does all the diving until later on in the movie. There was a lot of things that didn't add up. Another scene, um, they had to get this, like a rescue comes,
Okay.
and they have to get this helicopter to lift up this very heavy, like this helicopter looks like a wimpy helicopter, and they have to lift up this super heavy like
Yeah, that was also
out of the
ridiculous.
water. Like that's a lot of pressure too.
Yeah, so obviously that fails and the
One of the
helicopter
guys died, right?
explodes naturally, of course. What happens immediately after that? I don't recall exactly.
After that, Michael dies. He gets, apparently the sharks are strong enough to take the helicopter down. Helicopter sinks. And then they decide, okay, well, we got to try the balloons or whatever. So the boat people, the rescuers, they sink down some of these air canisters that should like blow up. A total of 4.
Oh
And
yeah.
Crystal, the bad bitch she is, she's like, I'm gonna handle things from now on. I'm gonna do this. So she gets 2 of them done, and then she gets eaten by sharks. They're shooting. It's a huge scene too. Like they're shooting all the sharks with flare guns. They're like boom, boom. All of a sudden she's dead, and I'm like, she's the only person that didn't deserve to die.
Yeah. Well, I think the one scientist lady didn't deserve to die
Oh,
either. The one that was
Val.
going for the jack the jack
Oh yeah,
the
she was
bolt cutters.
basically she went to grab
They
the
grabbed the bolt cutters and it fucking blew Deep Blue Cedar like Samuel L.
yeah,
Jackson came up out of the
somehow in
thing
that
and
little room.
ate her.
That's before
So
this.
I need to make a quick I fact check myself on the size of the Greenland shark, which I said that these sharks were small to be Greenland sharks.
Mm-hmm.
I should note that like juvenile Greenland sharks would be smaller. So like the sharks at the beginning that attack them that seem small could have been juveniles that we just don't see for the rest of the movie. And the ones that are attacking them later in the movie that are full size and are gigantic seem about right. So the Greenland shark is one of the largest living species of shark. It grows grows to about 6.4 meters, which is 21 feet, and weighs about 2,200 pounds. And possibly, oh, that's like at least, no, it's between 6.4 meters and 7.3 meters. So 21, 24 feet. I'm sorry. And then between 2,200 pounds and 3,100 pounds. There you go.
Are they blind?
They often, I don't know if they've never been witnessed without them, but there is a parasitic copiopod. I think that's correct. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, it's a parasitic shrimp that attaches itself to the like pupil of the Greenland shark and basically lives on the Greenland shark's eye juices. That's just what and that. So if you Yeah, YouTube, the Greenland shark, and you'll see its, video footage of it swimming around with this little flimsy thingamabob, like
Parasite?
floating around on its. Well, you won't know what it is. Like at first glance, it looks like it just has a tassel coming out of its eye.
Oh god, let's not talk about parasites. I
Um,
don't like that.
but they didn't have parasites in this movie.
Well, they look blind though. The sharks look blind. They didn't
Copepod is what it is. What did I say? Copiopod?
have
Copepod.
something, but the sharks to me they look blind. Also,
Uh,
aren't like
Greenland
sharks that?
sharks that have these parasites are blind. Like they can't see. They have a fucking shrimp eating their eyeballs.
But that's what it looked like, guys.
First of all, this is a side rant. I have often thought about the copepods on Greenland sharks. I've thought about this before, even this movie. But
Mhm.
like, Greenland sharks are solitary animals, we believe.
Are they slow typically because of?
Yeah, they live at the bottom of Arctic oceans, like where it's really
Yeah,
cold, and the key to survival is conserving energy.
conservative?
You don't know when your next meal is going to be.
That's what I thought.
So, same thing with like sleeper sharks. They just kind of glide through the water. They use as little effort as possible to move through the water so they conserve as much energy as possible. So,
Oh,
that in mind, you're already deep, deep, deep down in the ocean where it's cold, it's frigid, you're alone, you don't know when your next meal is going to be. Where the hell do how do these parasitic shrimps find the Greenland sharks and then attach them? And then it's only ever one per eye. Only ever one per eye. And then they live out the rest of their lives, as far as I know, on their eyeballs. Like, how do they mate, lay eggs? How come you don't see like their eyes covered in the shrimp? It's
well,
only ever just one. So that doesn't make any sense to me. You would think there would be a multitude. Like, you don't ever see like one tick on one deer. Like a deer could be riddled with ticks. So like I don't understand how that happens. And I don't understand how they reproduce in their life cycle.
that's something that
I don't understand.
you can look up for yourself because I don't
No,
want
I don't think there's an answer to it. There's not exactly a way to study parasitic shrimp on the eyeballs of Greenland sharks. There's not a way. There's not a way to observe them closely over a long time. How would you do that? How would you even do that, Ant-Man?
Quick fact.
Quick fart. Go ahead.
Sharks actually do sleep. If you didn't know, now you know. Sharks do actually take time to sleep.
Sure.
They do. I didn't know sharks could sleep.
They can. They enter like I don't think it's REM sleep, but they enter like a form of sleep where they're still like moving. They're just not. They're not all there like faculty. Their faculty's not all there cognitively.
Anyways, let's get back on track. Back to the movie.
Sure, you go ahead. I don't even remember where we're at. While you do that, I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay, he's gonna get a drink. We're gonna talk about.
Don't talk about me.
Alex was like by far my favorite character. She looked. I think she was the best actor. No hard feelings for the other actors, but she seemed like a very strong character. When she showed that she was caring for her crewmates, it actually looked like she cared about her crewmates. And then at the end, she was like, I'm not going to let anybody else handle this. I'm going to handle it. And she starts putting the buoys on the boat, or not on the boat, but on the research facility so they can apparently float up. Math doesn't work because she only got 2, but in the movie, it ended up showing there were 4 buoys that ended up getting hooked to the building. Building.
I told you not to talk about me.
In the movie, Brett, they dropped down.
You know what? You know, Jasmine, you make me crazy.
Okay, we're back on that.
I never said it. It's the first time I've said it the whole show.
He was saying it during the stream. If you weren't there for that, he was all about it. He's apparently going to make a shirt. Guys, get ready for that.
No, please don't overpromise things. Honestly, my workload is massive.
Anyways, math doesn't add up. She only hooks on 2 buoys, then she dies, unfortunately.
Hi, Mom.
You've got David, the husband, who comes in and apparently saves the day and starts filling those buoy things with air, even though only 2 were hooked. Then you see a huge wide version of the the research facility started floating up, and there's 4, and it just didn't make sense. And then they get somewhat rescued, right? Crane starts lifting them out of the water, and then all of a sudden, a shark leaps into the window just as Tracy
I
is
remember this.
looking out the window. She's like, "Oh, we're saved!" All of a sudden, giant shark comes into the window, flapping his giant body, and she's over here behind a ladder trying to like keep this shark away from her. And let me tell you, this is the most action this woman has basically seen the whole movie. She basically does nothing else but calls people on the radio
Yeah.
and be awkward with her husband.
Yeah. Word.
And she gets saved. They get on the boat, and then at the very end, it's all like, "Oh, we're safe. We survived." And the husband and her face to face. You think they're gonna kiss, because why wouldn't a husband and wife kiss after going through such a tragedy and whatnot?
Trauma. Yeah.
No, they just do the little
Yeah, they like put their foreheads together. It was clearly like a thing where like they're like the director wanted them to kiss, and like we're really not comfortable. Or I think she wasn't comfortable. I bet the dude would have been all over it. But
yeah, to be honest. But
speaking of which, nice Spirit sticker you got in the background. Can't help but notice that.
Oh, did you notice what the sticker is?
That's After Dark Rye.
It is.
And there's another one on the other side.
Yeah. For you guys, After Dark Rye sticker. But that's
on sale at our T Public store.
But that's basically the movie. The movie I probably didn't need to watch in my lifetime. I do
that one.
I do want to commend them for having a very diverse cast.
Yes, they did.
They had a very good diverse cast, but I really don't understand why the 2 white people got to live.
I mean, I don't know, but yeah, that was Ice Sharks. It
was A-okay, I guess. I mean, when they say it got 23% Rotten Tomato, they weren't lying. That movie definitely could have used some comedy to lift it, but I think this movie tried to be too serious, and it really shouldn't have been.
Agreed. So, if we're done with Ice Sharks, we can get on to talking about the next movie we're going to watch in the series.
Okay, and we're going to be watching that on Saturday the 16th at 7 p.m.
Yep, on Meteor Doll's channel, baby.
On my channel.
Twitch.tv/Meteor Doll. Information will be in the description.
It spelled like my name is right here. Right here.
I don't know if they can see that.
I don't know, but
but also, we got to watch the trailer. I have not watched the trailer. As far as I know, you have not watched the trailer.
Nope.
Okay.
Make sure you set up the sound correctly.
So let me know if you can hear it.
One sec. My computer does that thing where it hates me. I'm sure everybody can relate about that.
Can you hear it?
Can you press play? I cannot hear it.
You cannot?
Nope.
Why does this happen every time?
Because you have to set it up.
Yeah, but I don't remember how every time.
You got to share the audio.
How do I do that?
Maybe...
Share sound. I got it. Do you hear it now? Okay, you got it. And you can see it?
Yeah, wait, we're watching Planet of the Sharks, y'all.
I was getting to that. I was making sure you could see it first.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, this is Planet of the Sharks.
Dun, dun, dun.
We're going to be reacting this live. This is by the Asylum.
This is where they survived the Great Flood.
Okay, hold on. First of all, wow. That's a hell of a set piece. Already, I can tell the budget for this movie was a lot better than even... Am I crazy, or is this shark got like blue biddies?
I think it's
over
just
his face.
lighting.
I don't think so. I think that's like a mastermind shark.
I don't really care because this looks better than all the movies we've watched.
This looks awesome. Like it looks like
it's Apocalypse.
Like it's a Waterworld Mad Maxian shark movie.
So basically, everyone's living on boats.
Yeah, like Waterworld.
The world is just all water, and there are sharks, and it's people versus sharks. I'm ready for it. Keep watching. Press.
Was he just wakeboarding over a shark?
Mhm.
Amazing. It's a
Oh.
Statue of Liberty. Oh, this sunken Statue of Liberty. This is dope. New York City is underwater. That
I like this already.
I like it too.
I'm ready
Holy
for this
crap.
one. To be honest, I have not liked a single movie that we've watched so
That's
far.
not true. House Shark was amazing.
I did not care for it.
I
You
love
said
House Shark.
something, but I
I
didn't.
will die on this hill. House Shark is an amazing movie.
You can say that, but me,
You can say you don't like it to the director who's right behind me. I'm just kidding. He's not here.
Yeah, no.
Amazing.
This movie looks better.
It looks awesome. I can't
You're
wait.
right. Mad Max in Shark World.
So check that out. January 16th. We'll be watching that at 7 p.m.
7.
Eastern, Meteor Doll on Twitch TV. Yeah. So see you then.
I'm excited.
I'm excited
actually
too. That
think
looks fucking
this will be the
dope.
best. I think that this will be the best movie out of the. This
Just
will be,
based on that trailer, I would say so, but I would say it's probably not going to have the comedy that House Shark had.
you know, to be
and-
honest, I'm okay with that. I don't think this is supposed to be a bad movie. I think this is supposed to be an action-packed shark movie.
That's what I'm getting from it. That's for sure. I guess we'll see. But
the movie Ice Sharks I don't think was supposed to be a comedy, bad movie like House Sharks and Santa Sharks. Those were supposed to have some humor in it. This one, Ice Sharks, had no humor in it. It was supposed to be just a horror flick. And then this movie also is going to be more of an action-packed version of a shark movie instead of the comedy. So probably won't see many jokes, which I'm
Yeah.
okay with.
I prefer jokes, but that's okay. Sometimes you need to watch an action movie with sharks. So, hey, but that's going to be do it for us. Leave a rating or review, please. It would mean a lot to us. Subscribe. Tell a friend if they like horror movie podcasts.
Shark movies.
Check us out.
Please.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a YouTube. We got a TeePublic. There's no Jaws Breakers merch yet, but there will be. I'll get to it. I promise.
One day. I'll help.
I hope. But yeah, that's gonna be it for us. Check out I want to plug Meteor Dolls Twitch.tv and Twitch.tv/Breaker Streams. My name's Breaker and I stream video games, mostly horror games, and I do them poorly and I scream about it. Also Pokemon After Dark Ride, No Holds Barred, No Nothing podcast. We're talking about Pokemon and hurt the ones we love. And I want to also plug Storytime on Fire. Join the King Silex's Discord for Storytime on Fire every Tuesday evening. Your girl Mockingjay on Fire reads a story to us all. It's fucking
Beautiful.
it's beautiful. It's phenomenal. Like we get the shivers from her. She's got such a sultry and smooth, buttery,
And Silex is
pancakey,
a pretty cool dude.
pancakey voice.
Silex
So,
is
yeah.
a cool dude.
Join us for that. It's a lot of fun.
Yep, and I'm Meteor Doll.
And I'm Breaker.
You can follow me on his channels.
And that's Jasmine.
I'm a variety streamer.
And I'm Brett.
And this is my office. Thank you guys so much for watching.
This was Jaws Breakers.
And you know what we say at the end of every single video?
If you want to go, after you go out for a while, Darkrai will come and eat your Mawile. And smile, you son of a bitch!
Bye!
Bye.